Hello, and welcome to a new Let's Talk. Today we're going to talk about, well, now that we're back in school, the first day of school. I remember, I've been graduating now for 7 years now? I graduated in 2009. Yeah, I never went to university or any of that. I just stopped graduating high school and that was it for me. So, yeah. I'm here to talk a little about what it was like for me in school, and maybe you guys can add in what it was like for you guys too. For me, school was alright, if that makes any sense. Like, for example, with my autism and a little with my learning disability, it was a bit tricky. Not saying it was hard for me to make friends, because my parents, I'm very sociable, so I easily made friends. The social part is not my problem, it's the education part was my problem. Especially like math and English and stuff, some science, and I had trouble and I couldn't really write well, which is funny because I'm trying to write scripts for these videos, stuff, but thank goodness for spell check and stuff, but yeah. So that type of stuff happened, and yeah, like so stuff like that, the education stuff, you know. Lucky for me, I had good teachers. I had scribers for me in school who would write what I say and stuff, or give me notes after class. And that's actually how me and Amanda became good friends after junior high, because we were both in the second group. That's how we met really, and we were in grade 7 together and grade 8. But when we were in school, she used to give me her notes and stuff, so I read, because first thing she knows I can't do is probably write. But even my texts, we've been friends for long enough that she knows what I'm saying, even with text and stuff. That's why I I'm one of the few who still likes to call, because sometimes I get frustrated even to this day about writing, because it's like, I don't want it to sound wrong or mean, because to me it sounds mean, but that's why sometimes I call, just so it sounds better, if that makes any sense. But yeah, but that's cool. I had, good times, yes. I'm not going to go on to like being bullied and stuff like that. Of course I was, and but my advantage was, obviously I got big and tall was my biggest advantage of school, because once I got taller and bigger than most of them, no one picked on me anymore, especially in high school. High school I had rarely no problems. But junior high was a little bit more, because I did think I was, sometimes when I get bored, I used to use my imagination took over, type of thing, and I used to pretend like my desk was a bus and stuff, and sure, distracting and stuff, and I did not mean to do it, of course. That was just me in my own world, thinking, hey, I'm going to be a bus driver today, I don't want to do school, and of course, that makes you vulnerable, you make yourself a target. But I learned to kind of control that impulse and stuff, and because of that I make videos, and I'm trying to make scripts and different assignments and different shows and stuff. But yeah, that was one of the things, and of course no one let me forget that, and and things, but I don't want to talk about the negative really. I want to talk about the positive schools and the good things. So mostly a lot of good memories I have was high school, really. I remember I was in my favorite class, which you probably would expect, theater. I love theater, because I've learned so many different things. I was in plays in high school. Every year in high school I was in a different play, not with school, but I was doing acting for a bit. My sister did I don't know, book Red Ball. She did a story. She based it on that, and a musical apparently was written for it. And so we did that. I played Lock, the shrew. So I was taller, and the little Matthias was like. So it was about I think, yeah, because it was I must have been 15, 16. It was just in high school. And of course I was taller than this her, and the shrews are smaller than mice, I think. Not 100% sure that. But it was pretty funny, because we're all different ages and, you know, and stuff, so yeah. The second year I was in Greece. Now I was not one of the main cast, I was one of the background singers, but I had a blast doing that. And next to my theater skills I learned, because I was in theater that year, I learned a few new tricks and stuff. For example, there was I don't know what it was, I slipped on when the stages were, props were on the thing. And I slipped a bit, and of course there's audience and stuff. And as quick as I could do, I just pretended it never happened. Like, I just played off like, I was drunk or something. Now thinking about it, I was like, probably not a good idea because I'm supposed to be in high school. But again, I'm in the 50s and I'm supposed to be half a greaser. So yeah, I could have been drunk at school. So who knows? But it was the quick thing I thought of the time, and it worked. And I was actually thinking that, like, back then that's where I learned some new things, like dancing. I never, like, I can dance, but I never learned how to stage dance, you know what I mean? And I picked it pretty quick, amazing myself. Amazing, I'm pat on my back, right? Pat on my back. Yeah, stuff like that. And in my third year, I did a 24-hour thing where you had to learn how to do a play for 24 hours, and someone to go upstairs. Poor thing. And we did Aladdin, and it was the funniest thing. I played one of the shopkeepers who sold fish in the movie. If you remember the movie, I was the shopkeeper who sold fish. I was one of the background guys with a star, because we all had to play every type of role. I almost had Raja, but I was replaced by a stuffed animal. Just saying, you know. Let's talk about being the understudy of a stuffed animal. And other things, my dad was in it. He played the ugly lady who was the in the thing was the ugly lady or something, and he also played the voice of the mountain, the where the treasures and stuff were at, yeah, and my sister played the Sultan, and I had amazing teachers and stuff, like my grade 12 English teacher was Mr. Squires, was probably one who comes the most. You see, my teacher, my assistant, I don't know what they were called, but she had to go on maternity leave, so she couldn't be there to help me write notes and stuff. And I tried my best to write stuff and we had to write these stories. So, like, so what I did is I went up to my teacher, because this is when I found out I had autism and stuff, like years ago, that of course, and I was more kind of starting to get open about it, and I talked to him and I told him what I wrote, and because of that he gave me good grades, because I was able to explain my work and what I wrote, and he was cool. He understood that I can't do this right, but he was happy enough to take the time to hear me talk. I had another great teacher, God love her, she's no longer with us, Miss Bonia, who was my grade 5, grade 6 teacher when I first moved here from Nova Scotia, and she used to call me her giant, giant, because even then I was taller than her, you know. Sweet lady, and she's the reason why I probably can spell a little better, do some math better, stuff like that. She was very sweet. Mr. Barry from junior high, he was another great teacher. He used to help me in science a lot. When I was one of the few who was lucky enough to get out of French class, and because of that, he either gave me extra science or extra English, something I extra needed, you know, and I fill him out the slot, type of thing. That I can go on and stuff, and I don't want to do that. So please like and subscribe and comment down below again about your memories of school, or if you're starting school or going to grades, because if someone told me like now how fast school goes, trust me, it goes pretty quick. Treasure those moments. They will stick with you for a lifetime, but it goes quick. Until next time, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.